Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer, and welcome back to Recipe for Disaster. It's episode number 5. It is mission number 4 of the campaign, which currently contains just 5 missions. This is Old Ribs. A decade ago, this place was a happening spot. Teens, college students, and families couldn't get enough of Bob's legendary sticky ribs. Fortunately, as the years passed, the area around the restaurant gradually began to fall into decline. To make matters worse, a notorious crime family moved in, began putting pressure on local businesses. This naturally took its toll on Bob's health and well-being. And 4 months ago, he sadly passed away. Bob's son Jamal dreams of going to college, but has been left to pick up the pieces. And truth be told, he's completely out of his depth. Bob was a god when it came to ribs, but it seems he was out of touch with reality for the last few years of his life. Place is a mess, the menu is outdated, and his choice of staff is, well, questionable. Last week, Jamal even had to sell some tables just to be able to keep up with the rent. This is the last chance to bring Bob's Ribs back to its glory days. The odds are stacked against you, but you're a master of defying the odds. Help save the restaurant. Secure Jamal's future. Starting money, decent amount of cash. Popularity, way down. Objectives, sell 10 dishes at $100 or more, so we gotta jack up that price. Popularity, 50%. 12 seated tables at the same time. We gotta get this place busy. Bonus, 1 day without a negative review. Lose condition, Jamal quits or is fired. And don't be in debt. Ever. Ouch. It's only 3 tables, but I do think it's a good start. The ambience around the table should help boost things up. We have some new staff hired. The kitchen has been revamped. And I'm hanging on to a good amount of money. For one thing, just stocking the fridge here in the first hour is going to bump us down quite a bit. And I just kind of want to see where we're at before we overspend. So let's go ahead and open for day number 1 and get things going. We obviously need to get people in place. So let's see. I'm going to be on top of the stove, and then Brian will help out. And then we'll get, I guess, Jamal and Brian there. And then here we have 3 to choose from. That's good. Charlotte will be the backup to each. Okay, I did bring Charlotte in 4 tables specifically. That's her primary task. She can cook a bit, but primary task is the tables. Looks like Jamal is going to be okay in that department, so we'll get him going as the backup. Alright, and we're off and running. 4 employees, 3 tables. Already getting positive reviews and bumping up the price, and here comes our first new recipe. Fried spicy pork loin. This as a barbecue joint. Sees this as our menu. Golden ribs, fried Charlie. Oh, Charlie. Why are we frying you? Mama's dish. House of ribs. That's the one we will be pushing up to 100. I've already bumped it. $6, and the fried pork loin. I mean, come on. We gotta start much higher than that. Alright. We are going to want to pick up the environment in the kitchen as soon as possible. And it looks like finances shouldn't be that big of a deal. I think we should be able to manage that pretty soon before we really do much else. So we don't want to risk any employee issues, especially with Jamal. And we certainly don't want to mess with being in debt either. Jamal has a bit of stress. I think it's time to do a little midday pause. Finances are just fine. Charlotte, first one to level up, but no option to get rid of the sickly. We'll have to keep an eye out for that on when we can. And definitely hiring some people that are going to make others feel good so that we can keep the issues down. But we get through the first day in pretty good shape. 2,400, so we already bounced back, even with the extra spending that we had midday. And look at that. I mean, the reviews are already pretty dang solid on just day number 1. Alright, as we're down to 700, I'm not planning on doing anything yet with it, but we've bought the next base, we've cleared the area. That's a huge expansion area. That's going to give us plenty of room to get towards the number of tables we need and to bring this restaurant along. I think buying this 750 one would probably be advisable too. And realistically, you want to kind of just buy the whole lot of them, but you know, we'll see about that. Alright, we're getting quite the wait outside, and the money is rolling in fairly quickly here. So let's go ahead and make it 4 tables. Oh, Jamal, breaking point. I didn't see that. And he set a fire. Awesome. Serving skill, probably good for her. There you go. That's adding stress to everybody else. Fire spreading. Speaking of... Make that 2 fire extinguishers. This whole place could turn into a disaster area here real fast. The whole kitchen's on fire. And I'm the only one working right now. Brian and Charlotte both had their breaking point. Jamal better come back and help put this thing out, because we literally have nobody putting the fires out. Maria, you might be annoying, which is not good for what we need to do, but let's bring in that 5th. Jamal resting, but he is getting stressed out. He's gonna quit. We're gonna lose. Yep. Jamal quit. So Jamal suddenly hits breaking point, and he alone puts the whole damn place on fire, and then comes back from it to see that the whole place is on fire, and it stresses him out. So it's like he had no idea what he was doing in the moment, but what he was doing was forcing us to restart the level. Alright, so this time we're not quite as good on the side of serving. I'm starting with a 5th employee right off the bat, and we've already kind of spent what we did by the end of, or the beginning of day number 2. We still have $500. We haven't expanded and bought that next property yet. We'll get to that one soon enough, but for now, let's see if this is enough to get us going. Also, looking at the employee list, nobody's sickly. We're not having the negative effects. We have a lot of positive effects in this group. The levels may not be quite as high, but A, there's the extra person, and B, they're not going to have the negative impacts. So we'll see what we can do. We get on with our first customer in our 2.0 version of the restaurant. Let's go and speed things up for a little bit and see how they do. This time, keeping an eye on the stress levels, nobody seems to be rising. That's massive. Okay, that was the issue with the 1.0 version of this restaurant. And with the 4 tables right off the bat and the 5 employees, I think the finances should go in the right way fairly quickly. We do need a bit more money to get this second area and get it going so we can really expand the number of tables we have, but we're good. We're good. Might have bumped the prices up a little too much right up front, as popularity is not increasing quite as fast as it did last time, but it is increasing. That's important. And the stress level, not really. So that combination is fine by me. It'll come up when it comes up, and we will, especially as our workers begin to level up, we'll cover that. We'll make the customers more willing, and there is our first level up. Happy at night. Lower stress during breaks. Works faster when the restaurant is full. Let's go ahead and do the stress second wind. We want to keep stress levels as low as possible. First fire. Literally last time our very first fire was enough to destroy the place. This time it's from poor cooking. Cameron has leveled up, removes a hated action, stress tolerant, that's good. Okay, there you go. This time it was an accident. It wasn't a breaking point fire. Fire's out. Mess is cleaned up. And we continue on. Also the finances, after opening the day with getting the grill. Let's get this stress tolerant on Jamal, as Jamal is the key for us to not lose. As just as we do that, we pick up our second fire of the day. Teresa, who is on it, cooking skills of others is probably a good thing. Popularity, by the way, up to 24% now, so it is climbing. We've still only sold a single dish here, so I think the people just aren't willing to pay what we're asking, which is exactly 100. We definitely have a crowd outside. There is a line. People wanting to come in. We just don't have enough tables for them. Get that international chef. People willing to pay more. That should help us with the issues we're having there. Turn myself into a chatterbox. Alright. Hey, we survived day number 2. The negatives were less. Not bad. 3.5 star reviews. We'll get there. We will get there. Very much not ready to spend almost every dollar we have. We'll wait till tomorrow for that. Which means we have one more day to get through. We've already managed to clean up outside, for that matter. Can we expand? I'd love to see us just put in the whole dang lot. There we go. One big cleaning area. For me, that just makes sense. I can go faster than that. Alright, so begins the cooking. We haven't set fire to the place as of yet. Speaking of, anybody ready to join us? Annoying and insecure. You are not. You are an animal lover. Meat ingredients. Yeah, that's not a good thing. Sickly animal lover and emphatic and cheer people up nearby. Tends to arrive late, leave early. I'm not as worried about that, but you have no skill set, Mr. Ross. I'll pass on you. Yeah, first fire of the day. But it's been a good day so far. It was Jonathan Smith cooking poorly. I have leveled up. Alright, the toilet was the primary. We have poor cooking, lack of dishes, and needing another toilet. And I know I have a solution for that one. But we need to begin with expansion by that plot. But that brings us down to 500. So other than emptying the trash, we're not going to do anything with that today. We continue on into the next day. We have our restaurant, our restroom here. We could expand and put another one right next to it. However, I think I want to use this space for another restroom. And then that means this could all be restaurant expansion along here. Cool bus just arrived. And our first fire of the day, but we've done really well with stress levels now. Things are doing much better. Jamal, as a calming presence, has been very good for us. Fire's out. Back to work. Menu dishes. The weight on the toilet. And just some menu things where the cooking could be better. Okay, to fully expand into this area, I think we needed to complete that task. We do not need to buy these others, the other two, but we are definitely going to need to make that push into here. And now that's possible. And there it is, objective number 1 complete, 51% popularity. Jamal, very happy with that. So happy, somebody set a fire. Okay, we have two options with good traits. That's the first place I'm starting these days, so Darren Woods is a genius. Discount on ordered ingredients for Gerard Payne. Fryer and grill is always good. Fryer is excellent. Really, both. Bring them both in. Why not? We're about to expand. Figure out what to have them do, though. I think Jonathan Smith has accidentally started most of our fires. Alright, so today is all about the expansion without the filler as of yet. I think one little filler thing I could actually do very quickly. This, we could add in one more piece of furniture. Now, I could obviously add in tables immediately, especially now that we have $1,000. But I'm not going to do that. Reason being, we are barely keeping pace with the demand in the restroom as it is. Yeah, tables, that demand goes higher. So I'm going to be adding another restroom with 2 to 3 more stalls first before we get to that point, before we run the risk of alienating some of our customers. We're going to prepare for that next phase, and we've already got the staff to handle the load. We're good there, but I want to make sure we have that restroom. And as we spend a lot of our finances on getting the expansion up and going, I don't feel we're quite there yet to put the restroom together, but we'll do that very soon. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this episode up right here. I'll let this day run out, and then we will put restrooms in to start the next episode. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. Bye for now.